Starting. Okay. How's everybody today? Happy Fourth of July. First of all, I'm back. The last video I talked about the big worm in Texas and the big worm from my summertime fishing. I love fishing big worms during the summer. Big worms catch me a lot of fish. Have caught me some fish. Have caught me some fish. But it's times when you want to switch your game up a little bit. So in this video, I have kind of expanded with my summertime fishing, right? Excuse me. Expanded with added something else to my summertime fishing outside of the big worm. Everybody gonna fish a big worm. Big worm is the fish catcher, right? Big worms catch fish everywhere. Big baits catch fish, period. Sometimes big baits don't catch big fish all the time. Downsizing from big worms to 6 to 5 inch Senko, ribbon tail worms, or whatever, also catch fish. Okay, so camera moved a little bit. Sorry, I didn't want to do that. Move my camera too much. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry about this. I kind of moving my camera around, hands all in the camera. Forgive me for it. Sorry about it. I'm just trying to get everything right now. Wasn't really expecting to do a video today, but I told myself I was gonna drop a video, at least 2 videos every week, throughout the week, at least two videos. Just sharing, that's all. But I do have a lot of things to show y'all that I haven't fished yet, but I plan on fishing as soon as I get free. Sometime, 4th of July is tomorrow. Happy 4th of July to those. But everybody knows what this guy is, right? Everybody knows what this is. This is a Z-Man, not sponsoring nothing of no one, of no brand, of no company. This is what I buy. Everything I'm gonna show you, excuse me, everything I'm gonna show you, I buy out of my pocket. I spend my own money. So I'm not trying to sponsor nobody. I'm not sponsoring nobody by no one. This here is a Z-Man 3/8 ounce chatterbait. This color, white, and all baits I have learned have caught me fish a whole lot of times. Now, this particular bait lure here, I haven't used yet. It's brand new out the pack. I haven't used it yet. It's a 3/8 ounce chatterbait. Summertime, I think the chatterbait can be a weapon in my arsenal of choice. Summertime, fish. When I get tired of throwing that worm, I want a little bit more of a reaction strike or something. This is the bait I'm gonna choose. It might not be this color. It can, depending on the bait fish. But if it's not this color, hold on, let me get it right. If it's not this color, I have 3 colors. I have the white one, and I have this one. This is the I forgot what color. I think it was the I had the pack. Can't remember. I'm trying to think now. I want to say I think this was. It's not the shad. This. Yeah, this. Right. It is the sexy shad. If I'm not throwing this one, I'm gonna throw this one. Depending, one of the, out of the two, you know, sets sets shad is a nice color combo combination, you know, for both of these baits. You got the all white, you know, a lot of people throw all white in the fall. Sometimes I throw a lot of white in the fall too, but I'm starting to work with white during the summer. Trying to match the bait fish. Because here in Florida we have golden shiners. We also have common shiners. And some of my lakes do probably have shad, but just in case if I run across a shad lake here in Florida, I know they have them down here. So if I'm in the shad lake, I'm gonna throw this one and this one. You know, these two colors right here. Both of these are 3/8 ounce chatterbaits, right? But I also have another color for you too that I'm gonna throw, and this is a color that I'll throw like in the dark water situation, or if I want to match bluegill, some sort like that. They're just a traditional black and blue. Can't never go wrong with black and blue. Black and blue is one of my favorite colors. I throw black and blue in the whole in the whole list of my chatterbaits. I mean not chatterbaits. A whole excuse me. I throw black and blue a lot, and I have a lot of black and blue lures, and both hard and soft plastic, hard baits and soft baits. So I like black and blue. Black and blue to me, where I'm from in Florida, I'm from Central Florida, Orlando. So a lot of our lakes, some clear, some not. What they call clear, what they call clear water here to me in Orlando is really stained. And what they call muddy water here in Orlando to me is dark. It's really is dark. It's like a coffee color, coffee tea colored water. Clear water here is a little stained. So in the area of Florida I live in Central Florida, which is Orlando. So we tend to have some lakes that are clear, and some lakes that are stained, and some lakes that have that dark to coffee color looking water. It's not muddy, but this color here, this black and blue, it's a fish catcher color. This is what I use if I want to match bluegill. I'm either going to throw this or this, one of these two. I think I'll go with the black and blue if I want to match bluegill. But if I'm in the lake, because our bluegills here are like a dark purple looking, so black and blue is closest, if not June bug. But if so, I will throw this though to mimic both, right? And also this, all white. If it's shad, common shiners, white, it's a good color all the way around. With that being said, I'm gonna move on to the next bait. The next one, which I did a short on these a couple days ago. I have been looking for these, and I found them, and I was happy that I found both of these. I've been looking for a swing jig for a long time, for quite some time, but it's just some to me. I'm very picky, in particular about swing jigs, right? And I don't do a lot of jig fishing, so to me, jigging, it's a lot of dragging, and that's why I hear a lot of guys saying they drag across the bottom, they hopping on the bottom, or they doing some kind of technique or method to that sort. But I like swim jig. I'm more of a swim jig guy. I like baits that tend to move, so I love throwing swim jigs. And these two swim jigs are the Guggen Squad Grass Hero swim jig. This is the chartreuse and white, and this is the bluegill. Now, same thing with the chatterbait. If I'm on a bluegill fishery or lake full of like we have tons of bluegills in all our lakes here in Orlando, Florida. So this is going to be my primary color. Now, summertime, this is my primary color. Around the fall time, this is what I'm gonna throw due to the shad and shiner population. Bluegills are not as active during the winter time, but when we do have a winter in Florida, Christmas time it'd be 90 degrees. So I really don't really get a full fall fishing season. It's summer year round down here, so hey, everything I'm talking about now can work all year long. Um, with these two, I love. Like I got up, kind of got off track a little bit. And with these two jigs, when the fish stop on the chatterbait, I'll go to a swim jig. I think fishing. Excuse me, y'all. I'm a TV, smart TV comes on by itself sometimes. But these are my two baits that little baits that I go to when the swim jig, I'm not swim jig, excuse me, when the chatterbait bite slows down, I go to a swim jig. When the fish come like less aggressive, they're not as aggressive as they was when I was fishing the chatterbait. They were just busting it. That's a reaction strike. Same thing with a jig. People say throw it in the grass, rip it out of there. Me, I'm not throwing this in the grass. No, I'm not that good, and I don't want to lose these. So I'm not going to be chunking these things in grass, even though they all called the Grass Hero. That don't mean I'm going to tie them on my line and go chunk it out then in real thick matted vegetation, which in my book won't be a good idea to do. So I'm going to really fish these in more of like sprouts grass, grass that's dead. Here in Florida, the lakes now, summertime, grass live and strong. So I'm not gonna chunk this guy in no matted grass. Even though it's called a grass hero, I don't mean you get it and throw it in matted grass, thick matted grass. But I will fish these well, not in, but I will fish it around scattered vegetation when the bite slows down on the chatterbait. These are my two go-to jigs. And these the only jigs that I like. I mean, I love jig fishing. I'm just not with the rest of the football head jig, ball head, round head jig, all the rest of them jigs. These are the two jigs I need. And any big company. A swim jig. That's all. That's it. That's all I need. A swim jig. That's all my jig fishing consists of. These two jigs. Okay, on to the next one. Now, if I want to fish in some thick, heavy matted vegetation, will not go with this another Guggen Squad, half ounce, big old flipping jig. Nice big hook. See that hook? That's like a 5 out hook on there. You know, this jig, it's a flipping jig. It's designed to flip in thick. You're not gonna fish that type of stuff, right? Again, like I said, I'm not a pitching guy. I don't know how to pitch, so I can't tell you anything about it. I can flip a little bit, but I can't tell you about that either. But one thing I can tell you about it, I'm not going to fish this lure like that. It's a half ounce. When I'm fishing a bigger, bulkier bait, preacher bait of some sort, this big 5-out hook, if I'm dragging anything, I'm going to drag this. Hey, trying to do, you making all that noise. Cut it out. That's my dog, y'all. Misbehaving right now. But this is the jig that I'm going to throw and drag on the bottom. It's a flipping jig, but I also can drag it too. Okay? So this color here is green pumpkin. Actually, when I bought this, I didn't even pay attention that it was a thick cover flipping jig until I brought it home and took it out of the packet and I read it. I'm like, hold on, I ain't want, but I kept it anyway. I thought it was a half-ounce swim jig, but it wasn't. It's a flipping jig. So, I mean, I'm not a flipping and pitching guy, but I find a way to use this. But if I'm fishing, like I said, deep, I ain't gonna say deep. If I'm fishing around some thick vegetation, this is what I'm gonna be using. I will use the regular swim jig around that thick, heavy stuff, but I'm not going to fish in it. I'm gonna fish around it. You know, farther with this, I can fish in it or around it, and I can drag it out of there. You know, but farther's pitching in it and making it, do it how they do it. I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna fish it to my capabilities, and it catch me fish, right? So if I'm fishing around anything thick, weeds, stuff like that, this jig is built for it. And this is what I'm gonna use. Fish big, you gotta go big. You gotta go over the heavy on at least 50 pounds. I'm not that big of a braid guy, but vegetation is probably throw this on some 50-pound braid and drag it across the bottom or dragging it through vegetation. That's it. So, okay, but heavy cover, thick vegetation, this is the weapon of choice. Moderate to light vegetation, this is the weapon of choice. Fishing around thick or even scattered vegetation, this is my weapon of choice. And that's just all, my opinion on how I use these baits. Okay. Have another one. This is a Strike King bleeding jig. The head is made different, right? As you can see, the difference in the two. This is another jig I fish around moderate thick cover, not real thick cover, but I keep my camera zooming in on that. Just zooming in, right? See the head difference? That's all I'm trying to show y'all. The head difference, the difference in the size heads, right? So that right there tell you that you use these two jigs for two different type of things, right? But I drag this, right? This is more of a dragging jig or a hopping jig that you drag on the bottom, that you go out across the bottom, right? Then you hear that? You even got a little noise in there. I had two of these, no, three of them, no, two. Because I had two of these, lost one. No, matter of fact, I had lost both of them in one day. I went and bought another one. And since that day on, I remember not to fish these around thick, heavy matter because it's not designed for that. This head right here, I listen to a lot of pros too, so I get an idea from them that certain jigs and baits are made to fish around certain cover and structure and stuff like that. But you have to learn somewhere. But anyway, the head alone will tell you, that this is not something you want to fish around a lot of vegetation, right? This is something you fish around wood. I mean, you got a weed guard on that's weedless, so you can fish it around vegetation, right? I mean, would you rather fish this, or this, right? Look at the heads. Head's different, right? Excuse me, head's different. This is a swim jig. Look at the head. It's made. That's what it's made for, right? Swim through grass. Same thing with this, right? This was designed to fish around grass without a weed guard. This has a weed guard, so you have the option to fish this around a lot of stuff, but you don't really swim it back to you. To me, it's more of a dragging. You drag this. I might drag this. I might drag this. Due to the head. I might drag it, but if I'm going to really want to get into dragging baits, I'm gonna get a jig that's suited for it. This is something I drag. When I mean drag, when you just drag it on the bottom, I mean you cast it out there. You can drag like this, or you can drag it upwards. It depends on where I'm at. I'll drag from the side, or I could drag it up, or pull it up, or pulling it off the bottom like most people say. But me, I'm dragging it slowly dragging this thing along the bottom, right? And I have another one. This is an old school, real old school jig. I think this one jigs first started coming around. This is old school round head jig. Nothing special. Rocks and soft bottoms will be the thing for this. All right. And I throw this jig a lot. Not much, but I do throw it at times. At times I'll throw it around and I'll probably pair it up with a creature bait or a crawl or something. I don't know. Okay, so with a creature bait or something. These little guys here are little small swim jigs, right? I throw these guys on my spinning rods, and on my spinning rods, or when I want to downsize from using the real big jigs, I use these. But these, I'm not really gonna talk about these right now. So the thing is, summertime fishing, you just can't stick. I can't stick with the same things, throwing the same things over and over again. I mean, a lot of guys, like the guys I fish with, man, we throwing them on the big run. I mean, big run were good, big Senkos, some, Senkos I ain't, they had, I have a friend of mine, he got some 8-inch Senkos. I think he have them made. But, with me, I really don't throw real big giant worms like that. I mean, a 10-inch worm, 12 inches is the biggest I go, honestly. So, that's just me. Everybody has their own differences. But summertime, I'm also going to be throwing these guys around too.